two rancid sacks of flesh, molded by the darkest shadows within the deepest crypts of hell, given the power to broadcast, to deliver horrifying laughter to your ears. Here are your haunted hosts, Necromancer Nick and Josh the Ripper.
Hey everybody, this is exciting. This is our first episode we are doing video with. So if you're watching on YouTube, welcome. And if you're listening on your regular platform, also welcome. Today's episode is going to be about sleep. And what I mean by that is, sleep, sleepwalking, dreaming, all sorts of things like that. It's not exactly scary, but it's a good way to wind it down a little bit before things get scary for real at your Halloween celebrations, whatever that may be in this weird time we're in. So
I've seen some pretty cool videos of the candy delivery systems that they got, throwing little ghosts of candy at the sidewalks.
Oh yes, I love that. But the problem with that though is there's not going to be very many people doing it.
No.
Most houses aren't. So it's going to be kind of annoying because if let's say one person on the street does that and people feel safe going there, there's only going to be one house that's giving out candy and the other ones are not getting very many people trick-or-treating because they're scared of COVID. So
yeah,
but it is cool. It'd be cool if there was a neighborhood that banded together and they all decided to just do it this way and then told everybody that they were going to do that and then they could have a normal Halloween. But as far as I know, no one here is doing any of that at all.
Yeah, I mean, last year, no kids, not a single kid came to the house. And
Jeez.
They didn't come down the street even. So, I mean,
why?
It's kind of dead around here. I have no idea.
Alligators, man. They're getting them.
They ate them.
This is terrible.
They ate them all. It's all Disney's fault, too.
Oh, God. All right. Well, I'm going to start off with our noteworthies. And actually, I want you to start because you worked really hard on this, and I'm so proud of you. Just so proud.
Thank you. No, it's so we got our website going, mindlessmorningshow.com.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. And
it is cool.
Not just that, but we also got the merchandise shop set up as well, which you can get to from the website, or you can find it on redbubble.com.
Yes.
So
buy everything. Just go nuts. We had made masks specifically to put a smile on your face with our logo and everything. So you can buy the mask designs and you can support us as you're out and about. It'd be awesome. There's tons of really cool products. So I know I will. I'm gonna get our logo tattooed right here on my face. Just boom.
That'd be dope.
Right? Yeah, my wife would love it. She'd just be like, "This is so great."
And you can get it for free. I'll do it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you do that. Ah, all right. Yeah.
I mean, it's not that good, as you can tell. It's kind of shitty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, you guys are gonna want to watch on YouTube so you can see this. You can. Yeah. Here you go.
My bender.
And y'all can see I got a tattoo as well on my chest.
Oh so, my God.
Yeah, it's just right here. All right, but for you guys just listening, I'm sorry. We kind of did a little bit of a visual thing there. My noteworthy, I saw it today, and it was weird. It was a dude was walking down the street. I was at a red light, and he was just going dancing his heart out. Yeah, and it was
that looked wrong.
It was, but and what I really thought was strange. There was no headphones. I mean, he was just dancing to the sounds of the street.
Sometimes you gotta.
Yeah, just feeling it. Really, he was probably on drugs, but I mean, that's more than.
So he was definitely feeling it.
So he was hearing something we weren't, clearly. So I just when I saw that, I kind of wanted to just bring it up just because once again, I didn't have the most eventful of weeks, but that's common when you're, lame like me. But shut up, Josh. So yeah. And I know you've been busy too, Josh, with your office.
Yes.
It's beautiful. It
I'm
looks so
finally,
good.
for the most part, set up.
Yeah, I love it. How long did it take you? All week?
Yeah, it's about a week and a half because
Yeah.
I've had so much other stuff going on with just the rest of the house. It sucked.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. When you have a house, there's always something going wrong or something you have to change or fix.
Dude, it's
It's
unreal.
constant. It's constant. You got like that honey-do list.
Dude, you got the
But you make
Shining
it
in the
yourself.
background. Like, you really made it themed for Halloween, though. I don't. Oh, and Waterboy.
Yes.
So fun fact about Waterboy.
He's noticing the background that I have for you guys. Once again, on YouTube, you can see it, but I've got 2 posters behind me, like movie posters of the Waterboy and Shining. So.
My parents were in the football arena during the filming of Waterboy.
Yeah, I remember seeing them. It was cool.
Yeah, dude. They were over there.
It's kind of weird, actually.
Mom flashed.
Oh, dang. Yeah, I remember that. That was crazy.
I'll just bring my shark into view.
There you go. Yeah. Man, we're really teasing it for YouTube for you guys, like, to be watching us.
Yeah.
We have little things. It's like every episode you put something else random right off screen, right in the frame.
I mean, dude, this is borderline Joe Rogan status right here because he's always got these little knickknacks on his table. That's
true. That's true. Yeah, I like that. Next to be like a human head, just chilling there. every episode is a different human head.
I mean, nothing too identifiable. Maybe like a hand.
Okay, fair enough. Well, my next noteworthy was also something that happened pretty recently. Jude, my 2-year-old, for those of you that don't know, has a lot of interesting questions, and he came over to Caitlin, my wife, and was like, "Do chickens have balls?" Just.
That's a valid question. I don't think I've ever seen balls on a chicken.
I haven't either, but he's innocent. So he meant, like, do they play with balls? And still, I don't know the answer to that question. Maybe. No idea. But it made me laugh, so I wanted to share that with you guys.
It's quite interesting. I'm now intrigued to know if
I am
chickens
too.
have balls.
But it's like, I feel like we would know.
Why?
I mean, why not? I pretty much know most animals that do, right? I mean, I feel like it. Now I feel like I'm getting into a weird, like, Nick knows every animal that has balls. It's my thing, okay? It's my thing. Don't leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, well,
I mean, that's pretty cool.
You'll have to research that. You'll have to research that at some point and get back with me.
I will.
I'll let you look up the images and all that. You can go through that.
Yeah, sure. I'm totally down.
Yeah. So what else have you today?
I mean, speaking of chicken balls, or I guess animals in a sense, not necessarily chicken balls. So my wife and I, our anniversary is coming up. And so we were thinking, we should get some like exotic meat, like something crazy that we haven't tried before, and just have it delivered, and I'll prepare it. And so we're looking online, and dude, I came across zebra meat. You can buy a fucking zebra.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not like a live zebra, but you can buy the meat.
Yeah, you can buy a live zebra.
I mean, I'm sure somewhere you can buy a live zebra, but not where I was looking.
The black market.
Meat. But dude, they had everything. They had like ribeyes. They had like ribs.
Wow.
They have like every cut of it, like any possible bit you would want. They even have testicles of like almost every animal.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So how was it?
Oh, we haven't tried it yet. Our anniversary's on the 29th, so.
Oh wow, 2 months. 2-month anniversary.
It'll be Be
Clearly.
5 years
Productive
married and
guys.
8 years
Yeah.
together.
Right on, man. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank
Maybe
you.
you'll make it another year. Probably not.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. Well, when she finds out what we've been doing behind her back,
Yeah.
I'm just like setting you up to be a terrible person.
The whole podcast thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like that's not obvious. Like she's like just talking to you before we like started this. What are you doing in there? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
I running my cam girl service.
Yeah, there you go. Man, if you guys want to see that, just let us know. It's not out of the question.
It's mindless topless Josh.
Mindless
.com.
topless. It's a whole new website. It's absolutely crazy.
It's amazing.
Well, one thing that I want to bring up as like a I guess a last little noteworthy is I wanted to talk about jackhammering because I feel like not a lot of people have done it before. Like I feel like not a lot of people have done it before. And
Maybe. I mean, you got to be in construction to do it, so yeah, of course not.
Not necessarily. You can go.
I mean, yeah, you can go buy one. But
No, you
people
you can go rent one. You can go to Home Depot and rent one and take it home and just start jacking up the place if you want, or like the sidewalk or a street. If you really want to get the experience, it is available.
I didn't know you can rent one. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, you can rent one. There's places that are nearby that are like places called like Rent-A-Quip or Sunbelt Rentals. Yeah, you can just go in there and credit card, whatever, rent it, and take it off, and you got a jackhammer now for the day.
Hell yeah!
Could you just imagine the damage you could cause? I mean, you go to jail. You go to jail, but
Maybe.
But what I was gonna bring up is I did it a lot this week, and like a lot for hours. And I gotta say, after you do it for a long time, your hands still feel like they're like trembling. Have you jackhammered before? I'm sure you have.
So not jackhammering, but pressure washing, I get the same effect.
Really? Are you sure? If you haven't jackhammered, then you may not know.
I mean,
Don't lie to me, Josh.
I feel like shaky noodle. Like I could like if I went to go pick up my cup, like I'm shaking, like I have to use two hands.
Okay, that's pretty similar. Except with a jackhammer, you feel it in your shoulders, and you feel it like your whole upper body almost.
Yeah,
like this trembling.
I'd imagine so, because that's a lot more going on than just like what you would with a pressure washer. With your pressure washer, it's mostly just like your forearm and hands.
Yeah. Well. Also, when you're jackhammering too, you gotta continuously lift it and drop it in a new spot. You know, so you're lifting this thing and dropping it, lifting it and dropping it. And so when you do that for hours on end, it's you really feel like this crazy vibration. And I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up because I was sitting here thinking, like, what did I do a lot this week? And I was like, jackhammering. I did it a lot. I'm going to talk about it because it's an interesting sensation. And I've been plumbing for 10 years, and I jackhammer at least once a month. And some days, obviously, more than others. But I just was thinking, like, I feel like not a lot of people have done it. So it's just, if you ever do it, just you'll feel that feeling, and it's weird. And you're sore as hell. So that's always fun. So I guess what?
All right.
All right, moving on now. We can talk about literally nothing. I don't know if that's good or bad. I hope good. I think
it's great.
It is great. Yeah. So if you don't have anything else, I'll move us on to our actual topic for the day, sleep. And I want to start with the fact that when you have kids, which you know this and I know this, you don't really get much of it. How was your experience with your newborn and the lack of sleep? Or were you lucky?
So
You were lucky. You probably lucky.
I was both lucky and the fact that like when I'm asleep, I may as well be dead because I'm almost never gonna wake up.
Oh, yeah. That's you're so you get away with that though, like your wife's not like, all right, like, get up. You need to actually help me. It's 2 a.m. and I've been up for 2 hours. Get the hell up. You don't get that? You never got that?
Nah.
Man.
Because, like, dude, I totally help everywhere else, so.
I guess that's true.
It's more work for her to try and wake me up than it is for her to just get up and go.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, you fell into something good there because it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah, I'll say, I too did as much as I could to help, like anytime. And
all that made me sound really bad, like I don't help, but I definitely do.
I hope. I promise. I promise. I do some stuff.
Yeah.
Every now and then I sweep a little bit. I'll put away a dish or two.
Yeah, only the ones that I used.
And when the baby's crying, I yell "shut up" really loud.
Yeah,
That's like, it's not a big deal. Like I do what I can. That's me speaking as Josh because he's the asshole, not me. So I just wanted to like let you guys know.
True.
So whenever you think of Mindless Morning Show, Nick cool, Josh asshole, we can kind of go that way.
Yeah.
Josh, I love you. I give you so much shit. And it'll never stop. So visual joke. Okay.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be
What?
So. I guess we should iterate that. For those not watching us and only listening to us, we're doing our very first. Yeah, we did iterate that. So.
I said that already, Josh. God, pay attention to your own show.
Been drinking.
Oh yeah. Me too. Started at noon. Didn't you work today? Whatever.
There's nothing wrong with drinking.
So, I will say that I did everything I could to help as well. Even at like 2 a.m. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if I woke up, I'm like, what do you need? But the problem with me is that when I don't get enough sleep, I'm absolutely worthless. Now, here's an example. We were sleeping, and we weren't sleeping because the baby started crying. And this is like our first kid. So this is back when Ava, she's 9. She was like 7 months old. She started crying or whatever. And I'm worthless. And I don't know what she said, but she asked me to do something. I don't know. But I was like, got it. And so I got up and I grabbed my pillow and I dragged it over and I threw it in the hallway. And then I went and I laid back down.
Wow.
And she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I put the pillow in the hallway. You told me to. And I'm like, I don't remember any of this, mind you. None of it. And she's like, why would I ask you to do that? And I was like, yes, it makes sense. That's what you said. And I'm like trying to go back out. And she's like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do it myself. This is stupid. And I went to sleep without a pillow. I just went back to sleep.
Wow.
And yeah. So that's my help. I'm so helpful. I did worthless crap. And then there was another instance where it was like 2 or 3 a.m. or whatever. And she didn't ask me for anything this time. And I got up and the lamp was on because she was like putting the baby back to sleep and she had the lamp on, so she was staying awake because you're not supposed to fall asleep holding a baby because, you could end up like Josh. And so she's has the lamp on and I get up and I go and I turned around. I got to the doorway and I said, damn it. She's like, what? And I was like, what did you need again? Like, nothing. Get in bed. Go to sleep. Oh, okay. I don't remember that either. So it's not that I wouldn't help or I can't wake up. I guess I can't wake up, but it's like in a different way than yours. Like I wake up and I do stuff, but it's not helpful at all for anyone. And I just end up being an idiot. So
I mean, I don't know. So if I'm asleep, I'm dead. So like it's just like 4 to 6 hours a day. After that, like I'm totally reliable.
Huh. Yeah. Well, because sometimes I notice that you really don't sleep that much. Like you'll be awake at like 2 a.m. and then you're messaging everybody at like 6 or 7. Like, geez. But
yeah,
I can't do that. I mean, I can. I have, but
I feel like there's just too much to do.
Yeah, that's true. There is, especially with everything we're trying to do, developing a video game and running a podcast and you're trying to grow a bunch of weed and you don't want anyone to know about it, all that stuff. Oh, did I say that? No, my bad. So
That's my plan over there. It's the light bulb.
You light bulb. You're not really good at this, man.
No.
You're not.
I don't have much in here to go off of at the moment.
That's true. That's true.
I just got
but yeah, so sleep. It's interesting because it's like what happens when you die? Do you just feel like you're sleeping forever?
Yeah, dude. It's a free trial to death.
Huh. I like it. It's interesting.
Because, I mean, honestly, like, you don't remember at all sleeping, like, to an extent. I mean, maybe if you dream or whatnot, but if, like, you're asleep and you don't dream, like I do often, you basically just die for a few hours and then come back.
That is weird. Yeah, it is weird, especially because like okay, we're not getting into any religious theologies or anything like that. That's not what we do. But if you are religious, you have your own beliefs, and if you aren't, you have your own thoughts or theories or whatever. But it is interesting because, you know, I don't remember what it was like before I was born or anything like that, because I wasn't anything. So it's like, what if that's like when you don't exist? It's like you didn't exist before and now you don't exist again. So the fact that you lived all of a sudden gives you this like this power to like do more after you've like died, you know. So it is interesting. It's weird. I mean, we'll end up talking more about like theories with sleep and whatnot, but that is interesting when
my belief is just plain black. Well, that's it. It's
right.
Done. Story over, movie ended, whatever.
Yeah,
so it's just like, to me, sleeping is death.
Yeah. Well, I mean, logically, it makes sense, but damn,
it's scary to think that that's forever.
I know. Yeah,
sure.
It really is. It
sucks.
Like mind blowing. Yeah, it does suck. So that's why, you know, it's so important to try to do things that you want to do in your life, even though it may be hard. Like what we just talked about, developing a video game and doing a podcast and trying to do things that are interesting to us, despite, you know.
I'm going to live forever or die trying. So it's a win-win situation.
Yeah, because you are going to embrace the warmth of technology to turn your brain into like a vessel to go to another, like.
I'm totally all for it. Totally all for it. I don't give a shit about this body. Do you see this? You see this dad bod here?
Yeah, I'm trying not to look, man. This was a big mistake doing the whole video thing, and I'm sitting here looking at this and
don't look at me.
Yeah, but then I could just be making this face the whole time. So that's like, no one wants to look at that.
I'm sure there's a few people watching it like, no, go back to that.
The whole episode. Come on, let's do it. I couldn't do it that long, guys. It would start to hurt my mouth, my face.
That reminds me of the scene with Jim Carrey from Me, Myself, and Irene when he hadn't had to take his medicine.
Oh,
He had cotton mouth.
or what is it, like Fire Marshal Bill? Hey! That's pretty much what it is. God, I look terrible when I do that. So.
Oh shit!
But it's fun. It's fun stuff. I used to sleep on my roof when I was growing up, because like where I used to live. Okay, by growing up, I mean freshman year of high school and like 8th grade of middle school. The summer between, like I went through this phase where I would go upstairs because we had like, you can go out like a small little balcony. You go out a little balcony and you could walk on the roof from this little balcony. It was really cool. And where I grew up, as far as in that time period, we lived on 50 acres of land, North Austin in Texas. So it's like a farm, dude. There's like country. But it was still only like 20 minutes from like a town. But it was really, it like gave you the illusion that you were in the middle of nowhere, but you weren't. It was really cool. So I'd go out there and I would go on the roof and I'd like all dramatic, like lay on a blanket and like look at the stars. I'm like, oh, this is so nice. Like total like hipster. And
I would never go to sleep on a roof. I'd definitely be up on roofs for long periods of time looking up at stars, but that's about it.
Well, there wasn't a huge pitch to it, so I didn't really feel like, if I roll, I'm gonna fall. I was just like, this is cool. Like, I can do this. No big deal. I will say, though, that living out in the, quote, middle of nowhere, which it really wasn't, but there was a lot of coyotes out there, man, and they would get really close, and that kind of made me like, all right, I'm done, because they were like howling, and they were like right under me. Like, I could hear them right there and howling, and I'm like, I got it. I can go inside. Too scared. Because then I started like really thinking like, okay, well, what if I do fall? Like what? And then knowing me, I'd be wandering around throwing my pillow on the ground and thinking I did something useful. So, like then I'm getting eaten by coyotes. So I ended up stopping, but I do remember like always liking that, thinking it was so cool. I can't even tell you how many shooting stars I see, like all the time. And it is really interesting too, whenever like,
it's sad to say I rarely see them.
Well, that's do you live in an area that's well illuminated?
Yeah, dude. I live in the tourist capital of the fucking world. The whole sky is illuminated with Universal over there, Disney over there.
Oh, that's
fucking stores, malls, everything.
Well, that sucks, man. Because if you were out in not even the middle of nowhere, really, just in like a neighborhood that has like spaced out houses, and you go into a backyard, like lay on a trampoline or something, and just chill there for like a couple hours, you'll see a handful of them, maybe more. You see a lot of them.
So I was in Montana for about 3 months. I lived in Big Sky, Montana, and that's literally like the middle of fucking nowhere.
Okay, yeah. Oh, I bet that looked great.
Dude, that was the most stars I've ever seen in my life. Like, you look up, it's a like you see the galaxy.
You see like the haze, in between the stars. It's
insane. I was like, holy shit. And that was the first time I'd ever seen like that many or anything near that number. And it like just blew my mind. And then I was chilling out in the hot tub one night, and I was just looking up, and dude, easily just saw like one after another, and I was like, whoa. Like, it took me years to see like even just one, and here I am like watching like 20 of them go by like nothing.
And you're in a hot tub. Like, is this the pinnacle of living?
Yeah,
like, this is so great. Like, I'm in a hot tub. Like, wow. Was there music playing? Were you drinking? Like, all of this combined?
No, I was underage at the time, so I was just chilling.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, still worth it. Time to go like do it again and like, bring some of those things to. Well,
the best part is like, cause it was cold. It was freezing cold. Like, there was snow up on the mountain, and like literally.
That's even better.
Yeah. So literally, like where I was sitting in the hot tub, I'm kicking it back, and like straight ahead, there's like this huge mountain. And like all the stars. So like that was my view, like completely unobstructed.
Wow.
And it was just
how old were you? And you lived out there. You lived there, right?
For 3 months.
Okay. So how old were you when this was happening? Do you recall?
Had to have been about 17, 18.
Okay. Could you imagine like you're in this moment of just total bliss, and then like somebody comes out and like, hey, clean your fucking room. You're just like, oh, man.
It
sucks.
It was the most breathtaking scene I've experienced in my life so far.
I've seen it in postcards.
There's really nothing pretty about Florida. Like, Orlando, the city beautiful, my ass.
Yeah, well, you missed it. You didn't say that your kid was the most beautiful scene in the world. You really failed there, man. Bad dad.
That's okay. I try not to blab too much about my kid, because that's my kid. Everybody can fuck off.
Yeah, well, that's true. Have you as an adult, have you ever pissed yourself sleeping?
Every day.
Just can't figure it out, man.
Yeah.
Just can't figure it out.
I got one of those waterproof vinyl mattresses, so it just like goes off to the side into these little pans I have that along the side. No.
All right, the way you were describing it, I'm like, holy shit, he might be serious.
No.
That's awesome. Okay.
And I've never gotten drunk enough to where I've pissed myself. I mean, I've gotten blackout drunk, but like I've never.
She's like, don't get me wrong. I've been totally blackout drunk. Don't get me wrong. Often, but
never.
Well, I mean, yeah, look at you with the golden bladder. It's nice. Yeah, I'm actually peeing right now.
Oh, awesome.
No. I think that's like the second time that we've done this podcast where I've talked about peeing while doing the podcast.
Is it really? I don't even remember the first time.
The first time I said it, I was like, I got to wear one of Jude's diapers because I'm.
Oh yeah.
Myself.
Okay, I remember the talk about you wearing a diaper now.
God, this is some highbrow stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have either, but I know that that's a thing that happens when people are drunk. But if I did, I don't remember it, or I did and somebody helped me and I don't remember being like changed by somebody.
The only time I was like really blackout drunk where I threw up, but I didn't pee or anything.
Yeah.
Like I woke up in my backyard, like inside a little, those little $10 plastic Walmart kiddie pools.
Yeah, yeah.
I had one of those out back because that's what I used to wash the dogs. Woke up out back there, man. just
like wake up and you're like, this is my life. God damn.
Well, dude, the worst part is I woke up and like I like sit up out of the pool and I'm looking. I'm like, oh god, like I can't believe I did. I look over, my neighbor's out back watering her plants, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh wow. Hi, how you doing?
She's like, I'm glad to see you're okay, and I was like. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. And he's like, oh, right, throw up right then.
Oh, yeah.
That's, like you went from like the pinnacle of living to this beautiful hot tub scenario with the stars to like almost rock bottom. I don't want to say rock bottom because rock bottom I feel like is really bad, but that's like a rock bottom moment,
I've definitely been in worse moments, so that's nowhere near my rock bottom.
Ooh, new episode.
Oh,
all about Josh's rock bottoms. Where are you going? Where are you going? Don't leave me. For you guys just listening, he just left.
Yeah, I had to go walk over to grab my little battery.
Oh, okay, good.
Because as you can see,
other side. There you go. Yep.
I will soon be dead.
Well, change it out.
It's okay. I don't actually have to stop it because I can the video will just disappear for a moment.
Well, then I might start screaming. What if somebody kidnapped you? Because that's logical.
Yeah. It's very possible, though.
Okay, well, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
It's super rare, but have you ever fallen asleep with your eyes open? I mean, I guess if you did, nobody told you, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
One of my friends did, and it happened when we were in maybe like 6th grade, but it stuck with me because it was freaky as shit. It was weird. It was one of the Mario Party games came out, and those games were like addictive.
Oh yeah, they were the best.
Yeah.
They were fun with groups of people, dude.
Yes.
You had all the little mini games. You're all competing.
So many of them.
The ones for the Wii, those were the fun ones because those are the ones like you had the one where you had to like inflate the balloon, so you have to use the remote.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
The
Wii
cool. Motion stuff.
See,
that was the fun.
We were playing on N64 because back when
I played it since then.
Yeah. Okay. So, dude, we pulled an all-nighter with that game. Like
it's easy to do.
Stupid how late and we were like, and I'll use his name, our friend Ryan. He doesn't. I highly doubt he's listening, but if he is, Ryan, you're cool. Message me, dude. Like But
I haven't talked to you in years, man.
Honestly, yeah, it's been a long time, and me and him were like best friends growing up. So, oh no, just stop. Miss him so much. Okay, I'm good, guys. But anyways, we stayed up all night playing this game, and it got to I don't remember what the mini game was, but it got to a part where we were competing, because that's like all you do. And I'm going, and all of a sudden his dude's not moving at all, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" I just started playing. Like, what are you doing? I looked over and he's just like, I mean, those of you that aren't watching, you don't get to see, but he's just like this, just totally dead faced. He looked like a dead person with his eyes open. And I'm like, Ryan? Ryan?
His eyes weren't like rolled to the back of his head or anything?
No, he was looking straight ahead, man.
That's fucking creepy.
Yeah. And his eyes
what I wonder is, because your eyes are technically a part of your brain. It's like the only exposed part of your brain. So if they're open, and does your brain like shut down that input?
It's like, okay, I have two of my friends have fallen asleep with their eyes open. This is the first instance. And he just, and I even like wave my hand like in front of
You sure they're
him.
not like fucking with you?
I mean, that'd be some like pretty good acting, because I knew that he was tired because it was like freaking 4 or 5 in the morning. Like I knew he was tired, and he was quiet, and we were playing, and his dude just stopped moving, and so I like did a double take at him, and his eyes were like open. But I mean, I guarantee you, he was out. Like he was out, and I was like, hey, and like touched his shoulder, and then when he like came to or whatever, he just was like, oh hey. I'm like, dude, you were asleep. He's like, I was? Yeah, like you were asleep. He's just like, weird. And then we kept playing. it was trippy.
No,
and then
I don't know if I have. Nobody's ever told me.
I mean, I feel like for you to do that, you really got to be like on the precipice, of just crashing, because that's
I've fallen
pretty much
asleep standing up though. That's possible.
And you weren't leaning on anything?
Yeah, no, I was leaning because I was standing in line waiting for a ride. So like I was leaning like up against the rock and like.
Okay, yeah, I can see that, but just imagine like somebody just falls asleep and just.
Like yeah.
Falls. Oh man, yeah. I haven't fallen asleep leaning on anything either. But I know. Okay, so in order to get your plumbing license, you have to go to a class every year called continuous education, and you go in this classroom and you listen about plumbing for 8 hours. It's horrible, especially because there's not a whole lot that really changes. I mean, it's mostly about like plumbing law, which is just so boring, man.
So all you have to do is take an 8-hour course every year?
Well, okay. To renew your license, yes. To obtain your license the first time, you have to do other stuff.
Okay.
But in order for me to renew my license with the state, I have to take a class every single year. Every year the class is different, although it's really not, but it is. So one of the very first things that he says, the instructor, is like, if you fall asleep, you lose credit, you have to come back and take the class again and pay another like $100 or I think $75 per person to take the class. Well, the company pays for it. But not everybody's company does. I just got lucky. Okay. So the first thing he says is if you fall asleep, you lose credit. So he says if you feel like you need to go to sleep, stand up and go to the back of the room and stand. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, because you won't fall asleep if you're standing. But if you did, it'd be funny because you just like straight up fall. And so the second time a friend of mine fell asleep, it was also while gaming. Me and a couple of my friends were all playing the NHL hockey games, which I know you play a lot of. We were playing, and yeah, right, you got a hockey shirt on. Yeah, so you got to tell people what you're doing, Josh. Not everyone's watching you.
Oh, yeah. I showed my shirt with a little digital hockey.
Is this your first time doing a visual podcast?
This is my first time doing anything visual.
I know.
I'm normally blind.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Looks good. I mean, I would say it's going well. I can see you. It's just so wonderful.
Right?
Well, we were playing, and she fell asleep with her eyes open, and it was once again, it was weird. And I immediately thought of my other friend. I was like, oh, this has happened before. Whoa. And I did the same thing. Like I put my hand over her face, and but she wasn't as far asleep as my other friend was, because she like started blinking and she's like, what happened? I was like, you fell asleep. She's like, I saw your hand, but I like couldn't say anything. I was like, yeah, that's really weird. Like, you were asleep.
Yeah, that's creepy.
But she was like, I don't think I was. I was like, well, I was talking to you. You didn't say anything. She's like, I didn't answer? I'm like, no, you didn't answer. You were asleep.
Nah, that's crazy. Fuck
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to fall asleep like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not really soothing or comfortable or, nice. It sounds kind of creepy, to be honest.
I think the worst story I have falling asleep was at a beach. And so, all right. The tide got you. Me, this one guy, and this other girl were hanging out, and like we had been drinking and smoking, whatever. Probably,
Josh.
I think it was like 12 a.m. and we just finally decided, we're like, let's go to the beach. And they're like,
yeah, why not? It's right there.
Yeah, we'll go watch the sunset or the sunrise in the morning, and then we'll come back home, whatever. It'd be great.
That'd be cool.
So we're like, yeah, let's do it. So from where I live, like I got to drive like an hour and a half to get to the beach. So not just that, we had to drive like 20, 30 minutes extra to go over to my friend's house so she can go and get a bunch of shit. And then we get over to the beach. It's probably like 2:30 a.m. We're like, all right, perfect. Because like we only got like 4.5 hours to kill maybe. And like we were having a great time. We were drinking more, smoking some more. We were laying on the beach where you can't see anything. It was pitch black.
Wow. Was it cloudy then? No moon?
Yeah, actually, you know what? There was like barely any. It must have been cloudy because like there was like little to no moonlight, if any.
Oh wow!
Like we could just barely see each other next to each other.
Sounds like the start of a horror movie.
Well, it was really nice because all you hear is like the waves coming in, like just like real calming and soothing.
Man, our listeners are falling asleep right now.
I'm sure. And
we suck.
And yeah, dude, I don't know what happened. At some point, I just gone, dead asleep.
Hell yeah!
And I wake up, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, guys, nowhere to be found.
This isn't funny, guys.
Dude, I was like. I like quickly sat up on the beach. I was like, all right, hold on. So I go and grab my phone, because I was going to pull up my flashlight, whatever.
Yeah.
Phone's dead. I'm like,
oh, dude. Horror movie. I called it.
I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. So like,
okay, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking around. I'm like just kind of being skeptical.
Hello?
I'm trying to keep my cool. I'm like,
hello?
Maybe I'm dreaming. Maybe
I'm
awake.
right.
Maybe I'm lost. And so like I started checking myself. I drove us there, so I had my keys still. So I was like, all right.
Oh yeah, I could get robbed by your friends.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, so what is going on? And so like I got up and I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go to the car because I have a phone charger in the.
Well, I mean, you knew like whereabouts your car was.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good at least.
So I started walking towards my car. Just before like you leave the beach area, and there's like this long little wooden walkway bridge to get over towards the parking lot.
Yeah.
I hear someone.
Oh boy.
I look over and I'm like, guys? Josh. And just some homeless dude. He's like, hey, you got any spare change or any beer?
God, like, dude, it's like 3 a.m. Go away.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's creepy.
So like I just kept walking. I didn't even say anything else. I was just like, oh shit, fuck that. And I just kept going.
Yeah, that's like a whole story I don't want to get involved with.
Yeah. So like I just kept going.
I used to be a lawyer. Oh jeez. Oh God.
And I get to the car and I see my friends just chilling there. And
wow. They just like left you on the beach.
Yeah, dude. They're sitting on the trunk. They're sitting on the trunk of my car just chilling. And I'm like,
you look so peaceful, Josh.
I'm like, where the fuck did you guys go? And they're like, oh, well, I mean, you fell asleep and we didn't want to wake you up. And I was like, you just left my ass there? Like,
that's so weird.
The fuck? So,
are any of them around listening, do you think? Or this is
very doubtful. The one the one guy, he doesn't talk to me anymore because he said I was a bad influence.
Oh jeez. They left you on the beach.
Mind you, this guy was like, I don't know. I think he was 8 to 10 years older than I was at the time.
Oh God, you're the bad influence.
But so I mean, I just laughed. I thought it was funny. And the chick I haven't talked to in years.
Okay.
So
well, they left you on a beach, so
yeah. I mean, fuck them.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah,
so
it blew my mind. But I mean, it was still a good time. We had after all was said and done. I was wide awake after that because I was like,
well, whatever.
Yeah. So we hung out. We watched the sunrise. We went and got breakfast at IHOP and went home. And then IHOP
sponsored us too, guys. So that's awesome. So,
dude, it was funny though because at the time it was just me and my grandma living here, and my grandma, she was always an early bird, and she knew like she wouldn't see me until like 1, 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, God.
And I walk in at like fucking 6, 7 a.m. at the house, and she's like, Where were you? Where have you been? And I was like, oh, I went to the beach last night.
Yeah.
Like, I just got up and left at like 12. And she's like, huh, did you have fun? And I was like, yeah, we watched the sunrise. It was pretty cool. And she's like, awesome. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to bed now. Bye.
Yeah, later. Dang. That's cool though, man. I mean, that is one thing I'm envious about is you have the beach right there. Like, that's really cool.
I don't even like the beach. I don't.
Okay, well, that's because you're spoiled with it.
No, it's not even that. I mean, I don't know how often is too often or what your amount is to be considered spoiled. Like I went maybe once or twice a year, but each time, even as a kid, I hated it. I just never, I don't like sand in my crevices.
Sand is so irritating.
Yeah. And there's usually a bunch of really annoying people around, dude. If I go to the beach, I want to go like at 3 a.m. when nobody's there and it's quiet.
Now, do you think that's because a lot of the people that are on the beaches are tourists? And so that's why they're annoying to you?
No, I just think because a lot of people are like really inconsiderate and fucking rude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just don't like people. So.
Yeah, no.
Except our listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only if you're listening.
If they're not listening, then they're not listeners, damn it.
Well, maybe they're watchers.
Ooh.
I like our watchers too.
It's like watching us with no audio. That's weird. That is weird. I guess I should start making random faces at the camera. You know what I mean? Just like random little faces at the camera. For the people that are...
You should, because it's going to entice the listeners to become watchers.
Is it better to be... Yeah, I mean, being a watcher, I feel like it'd be a little bit more engaging. But, I mean, you hear like Josh randomly laugh. Okay, enough of that shit. One more. Okay, I'm done. Now, I actually have... Because I want to get into the dreams a little bit. Like, I know we've talked about this before, and you haven't really had a whole lot of crazy, memorable ones. But I've had a couple that are just weird as shit. And I couldn't even make these up. I really couldn't. I had one where I had a dream. I wasn't.
An eye?
Yeah, I lost an eye.
Okay.
I had an itch on my face, Josh. God, you're so critical.
How is that itching? What are you itching doing this?
I was using my callus on my hand to scratch the itch. Okay, that's the thing. Oh, maybe it's not so good that you can see me. Maybe
Oh yeah,
it'll.
you should do the thing with the headbanging that you used to do and look at him.
I gotta go get my kid's bicycle helmet. Hold on, I'll be right back. No, so this dream, the weirdest thing about this dream is I wasn't even in it. Like I was not in it. It's like I was like the camera or something.
So you were like it was like a third person view?
Yeah, but I was not in it. It was not my vision. It was a dream that was like a movie trailer.
Oh,
it was
okay.
really
so
really
it was a cinematic thing. It wasn't like particularly following any one person.
correct. It was not following. It wasn't following anyone that existed. It was like manifestations of my mind. Now I'm going to get into why it's so weird. It's because it started out as the interior of a food truck, and there was 4 people, and the first person that spoke, and I mean by being like a filmed trailer, it was like there was music. It was like dramatic music, like music of a bank heist movie, like dun 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 dun, like. And the first guy was like this big dude, and he's like, "First, I'll catch him." And then it, being the camera, flashed to a part of this weird trailer of him chasing a pigeon, grabbing it, and slamming it against the ground. Okay?
Nice.
And then it, being the camera again, went back into the food truck, and it panned to the next person. And it was like a older Hispanic lady. And she said, "And I'll cook them." And then it showed her like defeathering the pigeons and like putting them in this boiling grease. And then it flashed over to the next guy, and he said, "And I'll collect the money." And he had like this weird like New York accent that I can't do well. And then it showed him collecting money and selling dead cooked pigeons to people out of the food truck. And I didn't get to the 4th person before I woke up. And I woke up and I'm just like, I just had a dream about a pigeon food truck where they run around and they kill pigeons in the city and cook them and sell them. And goddamn, it was just really weird.
So what kind of drugs were you on?
God, nothing. I wasn't even sleeping. This happened like a month ago. Like, this is a recent dream. And I mean, I'm sleeping normal for the most part, normal now. And I had that dream, and I usually don't remember dreams, but I knew that we were going to end up doing a podcast eventually about weird shit, like weird dreams. Dude, I got out of bed and wrote this down in my phone at like 2 a.m. because I'm like, I don't want to forget this, because it was like one of the weirdest dreams I've ever had in my life. I wasn't even in it. And honestly, it spawned kind of a good idea. Y'all want to eat some pigeon? It's free. The overhead is like, you just buy like some cooking stuff, but the food source is just catch it, catch pigeons. I mean, it's disgusting.
I've never
gross, but
caught a pigeon. I've never tried to catch birds. I don't like birds. I'm kind of. I don't want to be.
You don't like anything, Josh. I don't like the beach. I don't like people. I don't like.
No, like I don't like birds. Like, they scare me.
Oh, okay. I see.
Like, yeah, like if they were flying at me, like.
Well, yeah, that's terrifying. I feel like that's scary no matter who you are, unless you like own the bird and you're like holding your hand out and it's flying.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. A lot of people don't mind birds, but like, dude, me. I'd hit it with a bat if I could.
So this sound you don't like? You don't like that sound?
I mean, I don't mind the sound.
I look so stupid doing that, you guys. You guys gotta watch it.
I just don't want a bird coming at me. Like, I could care less about the sound or how look. Like, I don't even like. I'm not scared of looking at them as long as they're in a cage.
What if it's a stork holding a baby?
Then I hope it's a strong ass stork, because it's gonna drop that baby.
Because I'm gonna hit it with a bat. This is my stork bat. All right, dude, you got a problem. So yeah, man, that was just.
Oh,
Oh, it went out.
I finally disappeared.
Where'd it go?
Oh my
Josh
God.
left. His battery died on his little camera.
Yeah. Hold
Josh?
on, I gotta change it now.
Josh?
What?
What? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and the listeners are gonna get tired of that crap. So I'm gonna move on to actual audio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up another one that I had, which was honestly it's equally as weird. This one though I was in it, and I'm not gonna lie, I did a very stupid moronic thing in the dream, but I'll leave that till the end. So I had a dream that the United States was at war with ants.
Nice. Like those supersized giant ones?
No. Just regular goddamn ants. But the reason why it was kind of eerie to me, at least, is I remember like people were outside the neighborhood and they were kind of like they were all pointing at the road, and there was all of these ants, dude, outside of their ant hills, migrating together, like millions of them migrating out of the backyards, and they were all going off into like the woods, and people were following them, and they were creating these like massive ant hills the size of houses. They were like becoming like a singularity force that was bent on killing humans. So they were the same size ants, but they were in numbers that no one would ever possibly be able to think of. Crazy. Well, the way that we were like having war with them, so like what the ants were doing is they were like invading houses and totally engulfing people and killing them. Terrible, right? Like while they slept. Yeah, it's kind of like some kind of weird movie plot, but why do I keep dreaming in trailers? Like movie trailers.
Fire ants that like their steps cause fire.
Well, now you're getting ridiculous. It's not like that. It's realistic, Josh. Yeah, it's your turn to cry, buddy. So, in the dream, scientists figured out a way, and of course I have no fucking clue how, but they would sprinkle this powder via helicopter on the anthills. And what it would do was it would put all of the ants to sleep. Okay?
Nice.
And then these guys would go in with these weird like mining drills, and they would like drill through the freaking anthill, and they would find the queen and just kill the queen. I don't know why. I guess that did something, but
I mean, essentially to take out a colony, you got to take out just the queen.
Yeah, so that was like how we combated them, killing the queen. So then they would, I don't know, I'm just speculating at this point. I didn't dream in this type of detail, but I guess they would scatter and become regular ants again. If the queen died, I have no clue. Some type of hive mind scenario. So this was my part in the dream, and it's really dumb. I dreamt that I ran full speed as fast as I could and dove headfirst into an anthill that was not asleep. It was just it was huge. It was like, this one was like the size of a car, and I just dove into it with my arms stuck straight out, just right into it. Went about halfway into it, and then I just got completely swarmed by ants, and I woke up and my skin was like itchy all over. I was itchy and nothing hurt. It was just, I was itchy as shit all over.
So you're a regular sized person.
Yeah, dude. And I dove into it.
It's just these massive ant piles, but the ants are the same size.
Yes. Everything proportion wise, the exact same.
But you jumped into their tunnel. This is stupid.
I dove. It wasn't a tunnel. I made the tunnel with my body by diving into it head first, thinking I was helping somehow. I don't know. I know it was terrible. But I dove in, just like got stuck, and then just got swarmed, and then I woke up and my skin was itchy all over because I was being like bit. Okay. But I wasn't actually feeling bites.
I'm thinking you just jumped into like this giant fucking tunnel and this giant anthill, like head first, like taking on a colony.
No, it was way more pathetic than that. Like Like imagine somebody makes a giant mound of sand and you go, okay, and you run and dive headfirst into it at a horizontal angle into an almost vertical pile of sand. Just, and you stick in halfway. That's what I did. That was my contribution to the war effort.
And you didn't like get eaten alive?
Well, no, I did, but that's when I woke up. I woke up when the ants were literally covering my body. I woke up and my skin felt crawly and itchy all over. No pain, just really itchy and weird. Yeah. So I'm even mindless in my dreams, dude. Like, so stupid. So stupid. You like how I throw that in there?
Yeah, I hadn't. I don't think I've ever woken up from a dream and like felt itchy.
Me either. That was the first time. Like, and I this was also recent too. And the only reason why I'm able to remember this weird shit is because I've been writing it down because I knew we were going to do this eventually. Yeah. Usually I'm like, oh, that was the weirdest dream ever. And then by lunchtime, I don't remember any of it. So, but I'm writing them down and it's like it saves it in a different part of your memory so you can remember it a little bit better. So,
I had a dream this morning that woke me up that and like I have like a fear of heights and stuff like that. So I had pretty this common. Well, I guess my wife was awake already. She was just like laying in bed on her phone, whatever. And I had woken up like I just like sporadically like jumped up. Yeah,
arms and legs straight out.
Yeah, she's like, "You okay?" And I'm like, "Oh." I had like a dream I was falling. I was like, we were on top of a tower, her and I, and
practical.
Yeah, I don't know what tower. I don't know where.
You were proposing. You were being romantic.
No, actually, quite opposite.
Oh, murder plot. Oh boy.
She was telling me that she was pregnant, and then next thing I know, I fell off the tower.
You jumped.
and so like I'm falling, and the falling is what made me wake up because I have that feeling like I actually am falling, and so like I get spooked.
Wow. Yeah. No, I've had that before. I've actually had that before in high school when like we finished our homework and stuff, we finished like our schoolwork and there's like 25 minutes left in class, so you can just kind of do whatever. Well, I lay my head down and just kind of just drift off. Well, I don't want to call it dreaming. And I know this is a common thing. It happens with a lot of people where you're so relaxed and you're just like, you're so falling asleep and you start thinking of shit, like running or doing something. And then in that activity, you fall. And so you act out the action of your reaction in real life, even though it's like a dream state, even though you're not fully asleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I did that and totally looked like an idiot because I was in class and I was daydreaming while I was in this state of, I don't know what you'd call it. And I was skateboarding because I skated a lot back then. So I was like thinking about skating and I'm like, olling down stuff. And I hit God, I'm stupid. I hit a rock in my state of mind that I was in, and the rock made me lunge forward, and I like pushed my hands out to catch myself, and I ended up shoving all my shit off the desk. And so it looked like I had this like little breakdown of anger or something just out of nowhere, dead silent. All of a sudden, just shit falls off the desk, and then everybody looks at me and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know what to say. I'm just like, oh, I was sleeping. Kind of. I don't know. Like idiot. But yeah, I remember that. So it's good stuff.
I mean, at least you didn't I thought you were going to say like you shoved the other person in front of you and their like eyeball got stuck in the pencil or something.
Oh my God. Yeah. I feel like that story would have been something I would have brought up long ago. Yeah, I like really that would have been in the injuries episode. I would have been like, yeah, I had somebody like stab themselves with a pencil.
I asked them if they wanted to see a magic trick.
Oh yeah. Yes, exactly.
No big
And
deal.
they didn't, but I want to show them anyways. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm in a straitjacket. So yeah.
Dude, I don't have many dreams. It like if I dream, it's very, very seldom. But I do have quite often nightmares. And
Oh, you're lucky. That's so happy.
honestly, a lot of them are a lot crazier. So I mean, more stuff for me to talk about here, I guess. So
That's true. Let's make it fun.
Yeah.
Tell us about your fearful nightmares.
So the one reoccurring dream I've always had, well, I won't say always had. I haven't had it for a very, very, very long time.
Until tonight.
Yeah, I'll probably have it tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know like what fully spawned it. I think it was when I had walked in on my dad playing Resident Evil, I want to say 1.
Still so cool that your parents played games, man. Awesome. But yes.
And
That's a creepy game.
I've tried looking for the scene to see if like it was in the game because I remember it so vividly that like I feel like it had to have been in the game, and I have yet to find this scene.
Oh wow.
But there's this just pitch black, and there's a door that has perfect lighting on it. Like I could see the door clear as day in this pitch black nothingness room.
Ooh.
And I'm just standing there, and I don't walk towards the door. There's no sound. There's no anything. I never hear anything. And then all of a sudden, like something comes crawling. It's like it kind of looks like Gollum, like the body type of Gollum, but like a zombie Gollum, and kind of like comes as if like the door was just standing there, placed, and like it wasn't actually leading to anything. Like he was just standing behind it, and then like crawled over on top.
Oh, I don't like that.
And around, and so as he would crawl around the door and onto the front facing that I'm looking at, I would never see his face.
Yeah.
Only until it got towards the middle, and then it like looked back towards
did
me.
The creepy slow turn.
And that's usually when I would wake up like, fuck that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what it was. And I still, to this day, I have no idea what really sprung this on my mind. I can't find the scene. I don't know if it's from Resident Evil exactly or not. But it was just something that always like spooked me out. And I think it probably reoccurred for probably like 7 years, 5-6 years.
That's what's crazy about like the human brain. And I know I don't really have one, but if I did have one, I would want to know a lot more about it, because like that, there's got to be some type of weird subconscious explanation for something like that. Having a reoccurring dream of that specific thing happening just at random for years, that's crazy. Like I've never had a reoccurring dream, period. So why? Why haven't I? Why haven't some other people? Or, why are some people having the same nightmare every week for years and years? It's so trippy how much we don't know, or maybe do know, and I just haven't researched it enough. But as far as I know, I have no idea.
For the most part, Elon Musk has that figured out.
Okay. I'm assuming this will be conversation for a different episode when we get into technology.
Oh, hell yeah. No, this is all for AI. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm all about that.
So, yeah, nice.
The only other dream I would really have, it was a reoccurring dream, but it wasn't always the same. It was the same bad guy, if you will.
Okay.
And it was always, I'm trying to remember, there was a show that had a character similar to it, but it was like just this long brown trench coat and like little like detective hat, whatever. But I never
like
saw
a cartoon
the face.
Character.
Yeah, I never saw the face. Everything was like a shadow.
And you never saw the face of the other guy either. The creepy. No, you did see.
No,
that
yeah,
face.
when he turned around.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, no, this one I never once even got a glimpse of his face. It was always just really shadowy face.
What a shame.
And some glowing, like, whitish yellow eyes. There was times that, like, I had a dream. I was, like, in my room one day, just, like, doing whatever, playing my games, like any normal day. And all of a sudden I hear, like it's pebbles hitting my window or something. And when I looked out the window, he's out there. And he's not out front looking. Yeah, he's not out front, like, on my property. He's, like, across the street. Yep. And
why is that creepier?
Yeah,
it really is, though. Like, because
it's so, like, how the hell did he...
Objectively, it's creepier.
It's kind of weird to think, though, like, you, like, launch that fucking
it's like
pebble,
a hardcore. But then at your window, it's just like, think.
Yeah.
But he's, like, chucking it really hard.
And then, like, completely goes to a regular pose, like, just staring to you like he wants to kill you. Like, I don't know. Like, I could feel it. Like,
he, like, opened the window. You, like, open the window. What do you want? Do you want to hang out?
No, dude, fuck that. Because after I would look through the window, there was, like, a power line cable, and he would reach into his trench coat with, like, one of those really long ass knives and just, like, fucking throw it, cut the cable, and the cable, like, sparks up, power goes out. And then, like, you can't see shit. So, like, that's when I would go and close the curtain, turn around, and he's right there. And that's when I would wake up like, fuck
Of course he is.
And that same person, though, I would have other dreams where, like, I was a young kid at a playground, and I was fucking literally being chased hardcore by this guy throughout the entire playground. Like, nobody, like, there was so many people around, but nobody was helping me. Like, I didn't
God, your
exist.
dreams suck.
Dude, they're scary as hell.
Yeah.
Like, everyone around me, like, it's as if I didn't exist and this person didn't exist. Like, we weren't even there, and they're...
So you're in America.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And, dude, it was creepy. It's fucking creepy.
Wow.
He would always chase me, and he always had knives.
Man, so now I want to jump to the topic of lucid dreaming, you know? Like, for anybody that doesn't really understand or know what it is, it's basically when you know that you're dreaming, you have total control over your dreams and yourself in your dream. Like, it's rare, but you can actually train yourself to have lucid dreams.
Yeah, it's something about having, like, a level of consciousness while knowing that you're dreaming, and there's actually, like, kind of like levels of what you can do. So sometimes you can completely control your fucking dream. Like, you can control your atmosphere, your, like, the environment that you're in. You can control, like, if you hear something or what you hear. Like, you can literally put yourself anywhere. Yeah. But there's some that are just, like, maybe they can place themselves in a certain area.
It's like hit and miss.
Yeah. Like, you definitely do have to train for it. It's something, like, I always thought was interesting, but I think the way that you start it
is you have a notepad next to your bed, and if you have any dream at all, you write it down in the most detail as you possibly can. It starts to unlock different parts of your brain, your subconscious, to where you can eventually, I mean, I know that's a huge part of it, is like dream diaries, where you literally write down every single thing that you remember in as much detail as you can right when you wake up, no matter what time it is. Yeah. That way you can start to get into that realm of subconscious dreaming where you can control shit. And I've always wanted to do that, but man, I sleep too, I can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, I did it twice for this podcast, but I don't do it enough for, like, if I have a dream that I'm plumbing, which I have had, and it sucks and they're stupid. Like, I've had dreams where I'm, like, working on a sink and I'm, like, fixing the leak, and it's, like, realistic and dumb. I don't want to wake up and write that down in detail. I don't want to write down the details of the cabinet or what size drain it was or what was in the cabinet or what brand of disposal it was. Like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. But that's what you have to do if you want to get that to that level. It's just crazy to me.
I mean,
but the benefits would be remarkable, man. Like,
dude, you could put yourself in a tower of naked women.
like that's exact. I never thought about that at all, Josh. You're gross. I was thinking that I'd be like a superhero or Spider-Man. You're thinking of women. Shame on you.
Yeah, you'd be Spider-Man, all right. Like on Family Guy. That's never happened to me before.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd be Spider-Man.
I mean,
you guys want to see my web?
Sleep's a weird thing, man.
It is weird. And there's so many theories behind it.
I feel there's so much behind the brain that's so unknown, and I feel like, I mean, the brain, I feel, is like the only thing that, I mean, obviously is the only thing that produces these dreams, these memories, or this collection of like fucking shit. I don't know what it is.
The Sandman that comes into your room and makes you dream. No, I'm just kidding.
Little sand in your eyes.
It is weird. It is really weird, and it's exciting to really think about, because, I mean, how are we ever going to really know? Like,
but I feel like, I mean, and I've even had like post-apocalyptic dreams, but I don't feel like my dreams have never been as cool as like an acid trip.
Sure. So what you're saying is it's possible that your dreaming state is in your brain is different than your acid trip state in the locations of your brain.
Yeah. I mean,
that would make sense.
Yeah, I don't know the science behind it. I don't know, but to me, they're both very different. Like,
sure,
for the most part, I can either tell I'm in the dream, but there's nothing I can do about it. Like,
that's me. Yeah,
and it's
like,
weird,
even if I know,
because it's not like I'm a camera watching anything. I'm me, like full on, as if like I'm here, sitting here watching me do this right now.
Yep.
But in my mind, I know, okay, I'm dreaming, but I actually have no control. It's just me, like, as if I'm sitting in my head, just like watching through my eyes.
Yeah.
The windows in my eyes. It's weird.
So weird. It's so weird.
I don't know, man. We're living in a simulation. We can't.
Well, okay. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, because I thought of something weird. I probably can't even take credit for this thought. I probably saw it online. I'm like, oh, cool. And now I'm trying to rebrand it. But I don't know where to give the credit. Theory. This is and then somebody's like, dude, you're an idiot. I like read that last week. But I don't know who said it, but it definitely wasn't me. I'm not that cool. But like, the fact that half of the population, give or take, is asleep at all times is the only way the simulation can run. Because if everybody on the entire planet was awake and like computing data with their brains and using the simulation, it would crash everything. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, if you think about it, like,
I call horse shit on that.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, maybe.
I live in Florida. That's a big enough population to crash it, and then like there's a good portion of America that's still awake.
You don't know how big the computing power is of the simulation.
So okay, but here's the thing. I still call bullshit on that, because if we are in a simulation, then everything we know, the whole universe, and like that mass distance and all these planets that we don't even know of yet, then those are still being computed. And there is no way in hell that our little half of the planet is making any difference in the computing power.
That's true. I mean, hey.
I don't see it.
That's why it's just a thing. What if we're all gerbils? Like, all right, get the hell out of here.
We are. Dude, we're gerbils in a jar.
All right, well, now you're being like all philosophical. I was talking about literal gerbils.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, all right. Well,
surrounded by
you're all over the place.
Like
you're all over the place.
My little pal Jimmy here.
No, so here's another thought that, and this one, I think I had by myself with my own brain. What if, or what would possibly happen, which we'll never know this because it will never happen. Every single...
Never say never.
Okay, well, every single living, breathing being on the planet went to sleep at the same time. I'm not talking about mass extinction or anything dumb like that. I'm talking about just like straight up, just like I'm going to bed, lay down. Like the entire like mass collective of all life slept at the same time. What if that unlocked something weird that no one could explain, or it's some like kind of crazy like awakening of the universe or something, but we'll never get it because that's.
I bet you'd hear the sound of fucking space itself.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine? Well, okay, there's so many things that run in the background that are not controlled by humans. You would still be hearing like AC units and shit like that. So you're that would be a whole nother level of weird, having complete silence from everything in the entire world at one time, animals, people, machines.
Well, you heard of that the most silent room in the world? I think it's in France.
Dude, it makes people go crazy.
Yeah. The room doesn't make people go crazy. Your brain makes you go crazy.
Yeah, your brain does.
Yeah. Because you're in there. Yeah. And I mean, it's kind of like how people, those, I think they call them deprivation tanks.
Yes.
So like the little float tanks that they're in.
Yeah, they have like some water in it or something.
Yeah, so like a lot of people have like claimed being abducted by aliens and stuff like that while they're in there because like they just hallucinate, man.
Wow, that's crazy.
Like that's what could happen.
Isn't it like really expensive to do one of those, or are they like cheaper now for the peons?
I'm pretty sure they're a little more feasible.
Okay, I mean, why not, right?
I don't know the prices.
I just turn the lights off in my bathtub.
Yeah, I don't know the prices of it. I never looked into it. I don't like public pools. I don't like public water. Like, I feel like it'd be really dirty.
I mean, I'm sure they're sanitizing it. Oh, that guy peed in there before you got it.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, who knows?
I'm not going to deprive my senses in peace. So.
Oh, wow.
If I get a float tank, it's going to be like in my own house so that I know nobody's going to fuck with me.
Good point. But then what if you get so you're in there and you're getting however you're feeling and you can't get out, and it's like a loop of this weird.
Then whatever. I live whatever life I'm living in my brain through there while I rot away in the fucking tank.
Your wife is like, I should maybe Nah, he's fine.
I guess she'll just like pour formaldehyde in there to preserve me like this shark. I'll just stay in the tank. Anytime like my parents come over here, you want to see your son?
There he is, still dumb. Yeah, he doesn't do anything anymore. He's such a loser. No. Yeah. What about sleepwalking? We haven't covered that at all.
So I only know of one time that I've sleepwalk. I don't know.
It's sleeping walked.
Sleeping walk.
Say it right, damn it.
Sleeping walk.
Sleeping walk.
So I woke up one morning and I had my jeans on.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't like sleeping with like clothes on other than boxers. Like
oh god. Oh, okay.
It's because it's Florida, dude.
Hey,
I get too hot. Same
here. I'm already a heater whenever I'm in bed, so
yeah. Oh, dude, my wife is like a personal thermos. Like I feel like she needs to stay away.
Yeah, I'm opposite. Like I'll be laying there and Caitlin's like, oh my god, why are you sweating? I'm like, it's so hot.
Yeah, no. So
You're gross. I'm like, I know.
I don't like wearing anything. But I woke up and I had jeans on, and dude, like it threw my mind for a total whirlwind.
How would it not? Yeah.
It was just one of those things like, oh my god, what happened? Like, because I was young, like I was a kid. I wasn't drinking at the time. I wasn't like,
wow.
Might have been doing drugs then, but it doesn't like affect me then.
Doing drugs, 6 years old.
And I was like, man, what the hell? And so like I told my mom about it when I went downstairs, and she was like, yeah, I heard you late at night. You just kept yelling, burr, burr, I'm cold. And I was like, what? And so I had to have put my pants on in that time because there's just no way in hell otherwise.
I think it's also funny that she heard you in the middle of the night and was just like, "Nah, he's fine. Whatever. He's fine."
I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
I'm cold. Oh God.
Shut up! I got a bad apple.
Shut up. Yeah. Poor Josh.
We're all cold. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, you're so cold-hearted, Mom. Now you're gonna have to be like, "Why didn't you like help me?" She'll be like, I helped you. I put the pants on." No, you didn't.
Yeah, no, she definitely didn't.
No.
I don't know. I don't think, because like I was a teenager. She probably just thought I was like. She probably thought I like woke up and hopped on Call of Duty and I was just talking shit or something.
That's how you talk shit. I'm so cold. Brr, I'm cold. Brr.
I'm a cold-blooded murderer. I'm so cold.
You didn't even say that though. You're just saying, "Brr, I'm cold." Man, he's talking some shit. Brr, I'm cold.
Bet that kid needs aloe. That's some hardcore burn over there.
So I have sleeping walked once, and it's so stupid. I don't know what the purpose was. I don't know what I was thinking or doing, but I was at this is back when I was in like 6th grade. It's kind of in like the same time frame of whenever my friend fell asleep with his eyes open while we were playing Mario Party. It was at his house. It was during another sleepover, and I don't know what happened, but what we would do was they had like a little like upstairs game room kind of, and we had like all these blankets laid out, and we would just crash out there whenever we got too tired. And I don't know what happened, but I sleepwalked, and I walked down the stairs without going down the stairs. So I fell down the flight of stairs and rolled, and I woke up mid rolling down the fucking stairs. And
that's a very rude ass awakening.
Yeah. Wow. Dude, I just woke up like just like woke up with just like no idea what happened. My arm hurt. I hit my kneecap on the wall, and I'm just like laying there all sprawled out like, ah!
Damn. No, I can't recall ever falling down any flights of stairs, so like I'm thankful for that. Because it doesn't sound fun.
Is it weird that I've done it a handful of times, falling down the stairs? Not sleepwalking. That was only one time. The other times I've fallen down the stairs.
I guess I have skateboarding. That's the only time.
Okay. Well, that's acceptable.
Yeah. I don't really count
acceptable. That. You're not like falling down the stairs because you're just a terrible person at going down the stairs.
I've fallen going up the stairs. I've tripped because one step I swear had to have been like larger than all the other steps.
That is a very serious building code about stairs.
Yeah.
Yes, stairs. Man, I can't recite the code exact because I work in construction, so I know a lot of these codes, but it's like
by OSHA standards or something.
I don't.
Or just national standards.
Okay, I think it's OSHA and national has it too. Like it's like a big deal because of that. Because your brain, as you ascend or descend stairs, the first 3 stairs are essentially like your experimental
calibration,
stairs, where your brain calibrates the rest of the stairs automatically. That's why you can run upstairs and stuff so fast. Because, but if they're constructed, okay, I think I remember the code. I'm like 90% sure. A 1/4 inch. So let's say you've got 15 inches for each stair, which is somewhat generous.
Yeah.
You can't have 15. You cannot have above 15 1/4 or 14 3/4 below. There's like a 1/2 inch margin that you have to be within on every stair. Or it might even be less. It might even be less than that, but I think it's a 1/2 inch margin, a 1/4 up or a 1/4 down. You can't exceed either. And
a 1/2 inch sounds just about right. That's usually the a 1/2 inch. If anything was sticking up out of the ground at like Disney,
yeah,
like a 1/2 inch, they would automatically deem it a safety issue. Go fix it. Go do whatever it needs to be done to level it out.
Yeah.
So I mean that makes sense.
This is a 1/4 inch. This is a 1/4 inch either way.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that they really check that out, man. That's like it's a safety thing.
Yeah, no, I've totally fallen upstairs. It's probably I didn't calibrate properly, or like I just.
Well, it's
got
not even
unlucky.
something that you really control. It's just it happens as you go. It's like your brain. It's like breathing. Your brain does it automatically. Like calibrates the. It's cool. It's cool how we do it. But
Yeah, I've never heard of like that happens, or that we even do that as ascending. So that's pretty cool. But no, like I would try to be like really fast, like as fast as I possibly could, and that was the time that I went.
And if one of those stairs has that like 3/8 of an inch too high instead of an 1/8 inch or a quarter, that tiny little that'll clip your foot and boom, there you go.
It just catches your toenail, so like your toe just goes,
exactly,
and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's funny because that's literally the only time I've ever sleeping walked ever.
Sleeping walk.
That's the only time ever. But my 9-year-old, she does it a little bit more, and it's funny because the way she does it, I've never heard of before, and I'm sure it's common. It's just me not knowing, but Caitlin and I'll be like watching TV, and it's always when she has to go to the bathroom. That's when it happens. Yeah. But she comes out and she's just like, her eyes are open and she's walking. She's not talking. We're like, hey, Ava, hey. And she's just ignoring us. And we're like, where are you going? And she's just going. She walks past the bathroom and goes down the hall, and I'll follow her. And then she'll just like stand somewhere and start squatting. I'm like, no. Like, don't go here. Don't pee here on the carpet.
But you're not supposed to wake them up. You gotta let her. Well, I mean, maybe not.
No, we wake her up. But we don't wake her up like an asshole. We're just like, Ava, and then she's like, huh? And we're like, hey, sweetie. She's like, what? Like, you have to go to the bathroom? And she's like, mm-hmm. I'm like, okay. And I'll put my hand on her back and like guide her back where she came, because she passed the bathroom to go to the bathroom on the carpet. And she's done that like, I don't know, 8 times. Like, it's like she'll come out of her room and now it's happened to the point to where now like her door will open, and the way that she exits her room, we're like, she has no clue what's going on. Like, hey, Ava, let's go to the bathroom. Because if we let her, she'll just go at a random place. Like, she'll just go to like I don't know what in her mind she's thinking, but she's like, I gotta pee. And then she'll just go to a random place and start like, all right, here we go. And then it's when we like really stop her. But
yeah, no, I've it's funny you mentioned that, because one time when I was really young and I was hanging out at a friend's house, I was spending the night. We were up till like 4 a.m. watching BattleBots.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we were sitting there like placing bets on BattleBots.
Dude.
And awesome. He had a brother. His brother was really weird to begin with. Like, you couldn't whistle around him, because if you whistled, he did this like, it's
wow.
Okay, I don't know.
All right, my bad, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know how to whistle.
I admit it.
Yeah, dude, I suck.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, totally.
Just keep going.
Just keep going, man.
So we were chilling in his room watching BattleBots, and all of a sudden his brother walks in. And he just walks right past us, right past like in between us and the TV. And his brother was like, "What's up, man?" Nothing. Didn't even talk to him. And like, I just assumed he's just being a dick or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they're siblings. They know. So
yeah, right. I don't have to talk to you.
All of a sudden he goes in the closet and he's like, "Oh shit!" And he gets up and he's like, "No." Yeah. His brother's just straight up pissed right in the corner of his closet, all over his clothes, because in the corner of the closet, dude, was his hamper of dirty fucking clothes. Oh. So he pissed in the hamper of dirty clothes.
Oh, at least they were dirty. There's the silver lining, but
yeah, but you still got piss everywhere.
But it's like now I gotta stop what I'm doing and wash them now. You know?
Yeah.
Like, this sucks.
Well, I mean, his mom had to. We were young. We didn't We didn't even know how to work that. But
Your
I
mom
mean, I
sucks.
guess it was like a thing that was common with him, the brother.
No, I mean some people like
Like I said, though, he was really weird to begin with. I don't know what his deal was.
Yeah, well, he's around you too much, man. You make people weird.
Maybe I only lived there for like maybe a month in Illinois.
Okay. Well, guys, we are about time to just wrap it up for the night. And this was our first video one, and it was really cool. I dig it. I like it. It's might be something we do more of if you're cool with that. And if you're not cool with it, we might do it anyways because it's our show.
Yeah.
It's our show.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah,
And I definitely want to throw out there before I like totally forget this little call to action here. We're totally open for sponsors. Totally open for anybody looking to advertise on here, either sending us a promo. We can make an advertisement for you. There are certain.
Oh, I would love to.
Yeah, there are certain packages we have available to you via our Patreon. You can get with us. Email us at mindlessmorningshow@gmail.com. Like prior to ordering, otherwise we're not going to know what the hell you want. So
we'll just guess and give you the most expensive one.
Yeah, absolutely. And but we're definitely open for that. We want to be able to grow with you guys. We want to be able to feed off the sponsors by supporting this so that we can improve we can just improve other aspects of the podcast itself. So
because we do a lot of promotions that isn't pertaining to the show directly. Like we'll post stuff and we'll do all that we can to help you. Yeah.
So we want to grow. We want to get bigger with you guys. We want to bring more content to you guys, and we want to stop Nick from working 55 hours plumbing every week so that we can do more.
Yeah, that'd be great. So I'm dying, man. I'm dying. Yeah. It's like looking. Yeah, well, yeah, it is what it is. It's nice. I do enjoy it. It has a lot of perks, but it also has a lot of downfalls. But it is what it is. I am still glad that I can do this, and that we are developing a video game. We are doing this podcast. We really and I'm kind of going off on a tangent here. I might start crying. We do like to spend a lot of time with our communities. That's a huge part of this is just being available to hang out and talk. So
it's super fun talking with everybody.
I love it.
Whether it's about the podcast, it's about game development, or if it's just about you. If you want to talk to us or just shoot the shit with us, please.
I would be thrilled to replace one of my noteworthies with a listener story that is just crazy or outrageous or something. It's not like they're like my noteworthies. No.
Absolutely. There's only 3 other rooms of this house that that's my life because of COVID. So There's very minimal noteworthies on my end.
And y'all know by now, I hope that I will do my best to tell the story in the best possible way and make it fun, make it funny, do whatever I can do. I pretty much just wing everything. But if I have a nice little package to kind of go through, it'd be fun, man.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think we have a lot that we could bring. We just definitely need a lot more time. And I know that kind of sounds like an excuse, but we really do have a lot more going on in the background.
Yeah, it's there's a lot. Yeah,
and we have kids. I don't know if you guys have kids, but that alone takes a lot.
my wife has kids. I don't.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Yeah, let her deal with that shit. Mm-hmm. It's you're quiet now. Now I'm just alone in my douche.
He's dead. Anybody else hear that?
He's a bad dad. Yeah. So that's what we got today, and we will be back. And we do have announcements for the future. We're not going to get into them now, but there's something
super super announcements, though.
Yeah. So cool, guys. Y'all take care and have a wonderful rest of your week.
Goodbye, everybody. For those who are actually watching, I could wave.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.
Our hosts, Nick and Josh, would like to thank you for sacrificing your time to listen to them. They're thrilled over the support you have shown and hope it continues. This concludes our Spooktober series. Happy Halloween, everyone. Stay safe.